Welcome to the Friday News Dump for April 12th, 2013. I'm Tad Goodwin. This is Greg Crawford. We're broadcasting to you tonight from Gaysville, Vermont, in the lovely Green Mountains. It was a really weird day weather-wise. It was sleeting, frozen rain. I almost took my wife's studded snow tires off yesterday, or had the dealership do it. And it's a good thing I didn't, because we got probably a quarter inch, half inch of frozen rain that froze everything up. This was a record week on the Standard & Poor's in the U.S. stock markets and equity markets. The S&P finished the week up at 1,588, which is up 11% for the year. And it reached an all-time high yesterday, but dropped 4.5 points today. So there's some question about where's it going from here? It's okay if it keeps going up. Let me tell you a little bit about the news dump concept. We're going to be broadcasting to you every week, starting around 6 o'clock. We're going to start probably with a half hour. I'd like to go for an hour eventually, where we're going to try to do a summary of the world of the news of the week, and with a special focus on what's happening today on Friday, and what might be happening breaking late that the powers that be may like to just kind of slip under the radar here. So that's where the name of the show comes from, and that's what we're trying to do. Worldwide personal computer sales fell 14% during the first quarter of 2013, the largest drop on record since tracking began in 1994.
Yeah, the whole retail consumer spending was like paltry in March. The growth was like 0.1% or something like that. It was like, retail sales are all down. It's all because of this electronics sales.
And one of the aspects of that is that there are so many more devices with which people can access information that was originally only accessible through a desktop or a laptop computer. Now that they can get it on their telephone, pretty soon they're going to be able to get it on their watch. They're working on getting it through your eyeglasses, and I don't even want to venture a guess as to what sort of interesting little devices they might be able to insert in strange places that you can still get all of this information.
Yeah, so, we're talking about wearables.
Updates as events warrant, ladies and gentlemen.
Smart apparel. Like the watch for sure, belts, I don't know what else, maybe in your jacket there could be something, but anyway, that's supposed to be like,
or go back to, the Get Smart thing, you could talk into your shoe.
I'm wondering, does this include smartphones, or is this an example of where smartphones are like taking over from PCs?
I think it's pretty much the latter, where it's they're displacing PCs because you can't carry a PC around with you, but a smartphone can do everything that a PC can do.
And those pads.
And we can remember when oh wow, we got a 25 megabyte hard drive, and now you get 25,000 gigabytes on something the size of your pinky nail. So
and
progress marches on.
They're much cheaper. So, even if the same amount of devices was sold last year in March, the price point is dropped tremendously. So that's why
it's volume is what they're depending.
They may still be doing the same amount of volume, but it's the price point of the devices that are being sold is less and less as technology marches forward. Things get cheaper.
Which should ultimately be a benefit to the computer companies, because that means that they'll be able to sell them to people that previously couldn't afford them.
Right.
So someone who is herding goats in sub-Saharan Africa, he's got a cell phone, and then he can see what the price of goats is on the commodities market. Who knows? And it's interesting that Japanese automakers Honda, Nissan, Toyota, Mazda, and whoever else recalled around 3.4 million cars on Thursday due to airbag defects. And they didn't bother to elaborate on just exactly what those defects were. I would assume it'd be something like you're sitting there drinking your morning coffee on your commute, and all of a sudden, poof! You know, guess who's got to go home and change his shirt? You know.
Real good.
Damn, I hate it when that happens.
What are conflables? Is that French?
Conflables?
Yeah, Jane's always talking about them reading the visor. I talked
Oh.
about conflables. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
French
what-
for
that's
airbags.
French for airbag.
I think it is.
Conflables.
Conflabble this. Yeah.
Man, I don't want that. I have never experienced that. I don't want to.
Yeah, not wood.
No thanks. Yeah. And I like this one. The Swedish furniture giant IKEA withdrew moose meat lasagna sold in its worldwide stores because they found pork in it. Something like 1%.
What is with IKEA and this, different meats? Supposedly the Swedish meatballs were horse meat.
They had horse meat in their Swedish
Yeah,
meatballs.
they
It's
had
true.
horse meat in the Swedish meatballs, and
I
now
hope they were Swedish
moose
horses, at least.
meat.
But aren't they like a small nation? I mean, they've got huge stores everywhere with cafeterias and everything.
They're
Huge.
They're
And-
huge.
and-
Talk about multinational
And
corporations.
moose meat? Excuse me, I've eaten moose. I would not want lasagna made from moose.
Oh, that's a good application for moose.
Well,
There's
I
not
don't-
that many of them. Let's save the
there
moose.
isn't that many, and hunting moose is like hunting parked cars.
Watch out,
It's-
Mickey's gonna come through the thing
Right,
here and
Mickey
channel
Z
you,
is,
right?
Not happy
Watch
to do
out.
this.
He saves the
So,
moose.
but the thing is that because unlabeled pork was found in it, I mean, wait a second. Which is worse, the fact that there was
I know.
that there was unlabeled pork. Oh my God! Or the fact that they were eating moose butt.
It was because it wasn't.
on.
It wasn't kosher, man. That's what the
Oh.
problem was. You know what I mean? They were okay until they found out it was pork.
So they got kosher moose. Oi!
This doesn't say anything in there about thou shalt not eat the moose.
Right.
Or is it one of those cloven animals like pork? You're not
Yeah,
supposed to eat
well, no.
the
I don't know.
moose.
Or it might have been an Arabian camel, because the president of France, Francois Hollande, was gifted. I hate that word, but they gave him a gift of a camel for liberating Mali, and because he didn't have facilities. I mean, how do you house train a moose in Paris? It's very
A
very
camel.
difficult.
Camel.
All right, moose, camel, whatever.
This
Either
is a
one.
one
But
hump or
the
two.
thing is that he couldn't bring the camel home with him, so he gave it to a family in Mali to care for, and they probably chopped it up and ate it.
They stewed it.
Stewed it. Well, they
Yeah.
ate the stew. So the family in Timbuktu is held in very very low regard in Paris now. But aren't we all?
This is one that I had to look up when I saw the headline go by. A woman named Lindsay Sandiford lost her appeal against the death penalty in Indonesia Monday for drug smuggling. This is one of those horror stories where some stupid, I think she's an American. No, she's not a teenager. She's 50 or something.
All right, but anyway.
She tried to smuggle dope in, and they're going to firing squad, and they've upheld the appeal. They're saying nope, we're going to firing squad you, and it was for something like a pound of coke or something in her suitcase. So she was seriously doing it, but
Still.
Yeah, she must have been high or something. I
That
think.
movie that Joaquin Phoenix was in?
Yeah, that's one of those,
Yeah.
or that one with Oh gosh, I
I
can
can't
never
remember the name. You should know these.
Oh,
things.
the one of the Turkish prison there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Midnight
Express.
Midnight Express. Yeah.
Express,
It had that young blonde actress in it, whatever her name was.
Oh yes, I know exactly who you're talking
The
about.
Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix one was something else. It was exactly that. He was smuggling hash, and they popped him and killed him.
Yeah, well, I think this stuff's so prevalent, but then they don't realize how illegal it is. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm there.
Well, they think that third world, they're not going to care. Maybe we can bribe them or something like that. But it didn't work that way.
Greg, I don't know if you read this one ahead of time.
2 women were beheaded on Thursday, while another woman and her 2 daughters await the same fate as they are held captive on accusations of sorcery in Papua New Guinea.
Oh.
That's, witchcraft in the 21st century, but I would say originally my,
Can't
you know.
get Dick Cheney in George Bush.
I know. I know.
But the thing is, it's
They're protected.
we
They're-
say, well, we are a refined and sophisticated society, and then you look at Pat Roberts, or somebody like that, and you said, well, we're probably not all that far from it, because he talked about demons in any clothes that you might buy from Goodwill or from the thrift store.
Oh,
You can
really?
exorcise the demons in your used clothing. So we're really not that far away
I
from.
believe that stuff. That's why I don't like thrift shopping that much.
I'd buy all my clothes in a thrift shop. Otherwise, I'd be running around stark bare ass naked. But the legislation in the country protects people who commit violence against others, those they suspect of performing witchcraft. It's not. You're not innocent of being a witch until you are proven guilty. If they suspect you, and if it's the same thing they used to do in Salem, back in the 1600s.
Scary.
But the witchcraft thing has been taking, exploding all over the world lately. People, saying that somebody is a witch, so they will kill him. And it's just, I want my neighbor's goat, so I'm going to accuse her of being a witch, and then I'll get the goat.
It wasn't too long ago they were eating people down there in Papua New Guinea. No, really. I mean, that's one of those
And
places.
you can't be absolutely certain that they've given up that little dietary supplement, can you?
No. Uruguay became the third country in the Americas after Canada and Argentina to legalize same-sex marriage.
France passed something too.
They did.
And an awful lot of Frenchmen weren't very happy about it. And I said, wait a second, I thought you guys were enlightened. What the hell?
They're all Catholics.
Ah, well, there you go.
There's a lot of Catholic French people.
Oh, yes, about 99%.
I don't know the percentage.
Well, it's a bunch. So, whatever.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. Mon Dieu. Ah. C'est la vie. Former South African President Nelson Mandela was discharged Saturday from the hospital after spending 9 days, being examined because he's old.
In Bangladesh, thousands of protesters called for blasphemy laws that would include the death penalty for bloggers who insult Islam, the majority religion of the country.
Now you gotta wonder, if you're so insecure about your religion that you kill somebody for blinking at it, I mean, what does that say about the religion? If the religion is so strong and so powerful, and there's a couple of billion people that are Muslim, why do you have to go around killing people?
They're like
What's the point?
They're like teabaggers over
Yeah,
in
they're
Bangladesh.
kind of intolerant there, but all religions seem to be. So, and I'm not prejudiced, mind you. I despise all religions equally, but whatever.
We're going to wrap up this episode, or this segment of for the Friday News Dump for Friday, April 12th, 2013. We're going to be back in a few minutes, and we're going to start out with Greg doing his weekly rant. I'm Tad Goodwin. This is Greg Crawford. This is Friday News Dump. Thank you.